Hey friends, you're watching BrainStormAcres. I'm Henry.
And I'm Irene.
Today we want to talk to you about planting gardens.
Yep, getting ready for the next season. Now we have a garden going right now in the greenhouse, but to be honest, it's just kind of hanging in there because we've been too cold. And we're waiting for the sun to come back. I mean, you know, it's coming in January, our daylight hours will be enough to really kick things in.
But you know, one of the problems is that even though it's the end of December, it's almost already too late to start ordering some of your supplies. We ordered from several companies at the beginning of December, and
Right.
one of them came in almost immediately.
Right, well, they shipped the same day that we ordered it, and we had it in about a week.
Yeah, it was pretty fast considering the issues that we're having with the Postal Service.
Right, and the UPS and everybody else, because they're just swamped. It's the holidays. You normally expect shipping to be longer.
Yep.
The other guys took forever, and
Well, it's actually 3 weeks from yesterday when we placed the order. We just found out today they're not going to be able to deliver our row cover.
right, it's not available. They say it's out of stock. Not to say, well, gee, maybe we can't give you A, but we can give you B. But no, we can't give you anything.
You know, one of the problems that you have to be really aware of at this time of year is that normally you can't get things from a lot of these suppliers because they don't have it come in.
Right.
But we're already seeing that things are going to be drop shipped from those bigger suppliers aren't getting to them, so their suppliers aren't able to ship it out.
Right. We've already pre-ordered our potatoes, and which is normal. I always pre-order that sort of stuff early. We have our garlic. We have probably about 2/3 of our seeds, maybe a little bit more, because some of the seeds we save ourselves, and then some we buy. We're trying a few new varieties. We probably have more than 2/3. We probably have 9/10 or something of our seeds.
We have a really, really large amount
Right.
of our seeds already.
And I'm already seeing that I'm going to have to go to some secondary suppliers for some special things.
We're going to have to go beyond second suppliers and go all the way to...
To anybody who's got it, no, I won't do the eBay thing. But I do like to at least deal with companies who are normally seed companies.
Yeah, we have some companies that we've done business with for many, many years, and some of them we've skipped for a few years, some of them
Right.
for a long while. But we still have some faith in those companies that if they say they're going to deliver something of a specific variety,
They will.
we can pretty much bet they're going to. Now, the germination may be another story,
Yeah, right.
but we can at least get what we're trying to get.
Right. Now, we discovered last year that there had been a consolidation in the seed industry that
Yes.
we were not aware of.
So there's been tremendous consolidation in the seed industry where various companies have bought other companies.
And they don't tell you that.
And that's good. However,
Right.
one of the problems that you have is that all of a sudden the suppliers that you used to be able to get specific things from now can no longer get it because they're one single source of supply.
Right. And, you know, we're hearing from a couple of different companies that they really expect to run out of seeds and stuff again. And there's a bunch of stuff that's not in stock. Now, certain things you don't expect to be in stock. Now, it's getting late enough in the season that most of the seed crops from this past summer and fall have been processed. Earlier in the fall, if somebody's got something available, like say September,
It was last year's
it's last
crop.
year's seeds. That may not be the end of the world, but you just need to be aware of that. If you want new seeds, or sometimes they'll say they're out, but they'll have it in later. Some of the companies will continuously add new seeds as it becomes available, and you simply need to check their websites. In fact, some of the companies are no longer making printed catalogs because it's not worth it. By the time you get the catalog printed, it's out of date.
Yeah, so along with this consolidation, there's a few other things going on. One of them is that those companies that have been longtime suppliers are changing the suppliers they're using, and they're changing the packaging. And they're changing the packaging because there are more market gardeners starting up. So smaller size operations that are trying to produce food to go to the local farmers market or to even a little bit bigger place, do a CSA or something like that. On top of that, you have more home gardeners growing. Now, you don't think that's going to be a big deal if you go from 100,000 growers to 200,000 growers. That's only another 100,000 seed packets.
That's a lot of seed packets.
It's a lot of seed packets, and keep in mind that an awful lot of these companies are moving more and more of their seeds into market garden size packages.
Right, so you may not be able to get a package that's correct for you. One of the other problems is, and one of the Hostool people were explaining this on one of their videos, that some of the big companies only purchase seeds every couple of years.
Right.
And therefore, some of those seed crops are only grown every couple of years. Well, the problem is last year, everybody went nuts. Everybody wanted to have a garden. People who hadn't gardened in 20 years decided it'd be a good idea to garden. Nothing wrong with that. I love the fact that people are trying to be a little bit more independent. However, it means that they sold their back stock that they were expecting to use this year. That means that some seeds will simply not be available this year, or available only in small quantities. So now is the time, actually a month ago was the time, to have started this process. It's not that you won't be able to get anything. You will probably be able to get something. It just may not be what you want. And the quicker you do it, every time I order from Haas, for instance, I order seeds, whatever seeds they've got in that I'm interested in, and then I order some supplies. I'm going to have a nice solid backstock. So if they just plain run out next spring, I can sit there and say, I'm good for a couple of months while they play catch up. And I think that's something that people just really need to plan right now. We've already started stockpiling. Every time we go down to Home Depot, we are picking up a couple of bags of potting soil and a couple of bags of compost. Basically as much as whatever vehicle we're driving can tolerate and still have room for us and the dog.
Yeah, and there's other places where we buy these supplies as well. There's better compost than what you can get at the big box stores from some of our local hardware stores, and we're perfectly happy to do business with them, assuming they have the product.
Right.
Sometimes they don't have the product.
Right.
But if they have it, we'll pick it up there. Right now, pretty much nobody outside of the big box stores has
Right.
some of these things in, like compost.
If we go to Flagstaff, they would have leftovers from the summer in terms of soil and stuff like that. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, we're starting to pick up things now is what it comes down to. We've got several bags of potting soil in the greenhouse already. The last time we bought compost, we picked up as many as I thought would fit in the car.
Big thing we wanted to do today was tell you to get on it now.
Yeah.
Get your essential seeds ordered if you haven't already done so. Get your other essential products coming in as well. Maybe it's some new markers, maybe it's some new tags, it might be some new hangers to go in a greenhouse or in your porch.
Right.
Get those things on order now, because chances are that they're going to start running out of them again. That
Right.
happened last year to us. You want to try to avoid that this year if
Yeah.
you can.
You know, the drama of going to a big box store and finding that they have virtually no potting soil, virtually no compost at all, zero. They were out. No matter what brand you bought, no matter how expensive or cheap, it was gone. Those were empty spots there. So it's things like that. We're just trying to plan ahead a little. It's not a bad plan, too, in the sense that it's less of a hit on your wallet. Some of the stuff is actually a little cheaper right now than it'll be in a couple of months.
We do want to tell you one thing that's going to be coming up probably in the next couple of months that we haven't really told anybody about. We're not going to give you a whole lot, but we're working with another channel right now to do a different kind of collaboration, competition.
It's not really, it's not a competition. One of the problems I have with some of the competitions is a lot of times they get kind of snarky.
And sometimes you end up with somebody feeling like they're a winner and other people feeling like they're losers. When we participated in one collaboration last summer, we didn't care if we won or not. That was not the point.
We were doing it for fun.
And it was because we were doing something with other people who were gardeners.
Right.
So we're going to do the same kind of thing this year. we're just not going to be going overboard on prizes, and we're not going to have a whole lot of rules. I think you'll be surprised and be happy with what we have for rules when it comes out. So stay tuned. We're going to be bringing that to you in the not too distant future.
Probably, yeah. It'll be after the, yeah. It'll have to be fairly early in spring, but sometime there.
Well, look, thanks very much for watching. We hope you found this interesting, and I hope that was a little bit of a warning for things to watch out for yourself for this year, for sure.
The whole COVID thing's not over yet. The whole production thing's not over yet. People are more interested in gardening than they have been in a long time. I'm watching like a hawk for canning supplies right now because I have now got enough lids to last me a while, although I have more on order. But I'm a little short on some of my jars. Just be aware, if you ran out of it, it's kind of like having that extra roll of TP. Plan ahead, have the stuff on hand, avoid some of the drama, and just make your spring a lot more relaxing.
And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, because we're going to be doing a lot more stuff here on our homestead. Some of it will be gardening, we'll be doing some more things in the greenhouse, we'll be doing some more things around the house. I have a lot of work to do out in the yard.
Yes, he does.
Hey, Irene.
Yes.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks very much. We'll talk with you later.
Bye.
Bye.